Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, the new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
They'll run it here. This is James White. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up first and 10 at their own 22. First carry for Darius Geis. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a second and 13. So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a run with Geis. Finding room at the 30. All the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there out of Geis. 69 yards. And look at that. I'd say somebody's already in mid-season form here in game number 1.
Doesn't need a whole lot of carries in the preseason, does he? He needs to get the ball when it counts. And when it does, he makes it count.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On second down, Love. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Third down, here's Love. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go with Geis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Geis with a carry on second down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Haskins looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down, but they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, they'll run with White.
Offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On 2nd down, it's Love. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big... Roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On first down. It's Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's corralled, but not. Before getting it inside the 35.
It's a gain of 10. And the Redskins first down. You got right there.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. 34 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Play action. It's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time, it's a set.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
On second down now. It's White. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Third and long. It's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
This is taken around the 12. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run again with Love on 1st down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a give running right is Love, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run now with Gaskin, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This is Gaskin on the carry. And he's got this down to the 35.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On 1st down, here's Love. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, Haskins. Connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. 3rd and 2. Now Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the draw, here's White. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, it's White. Stays on his feet. Well, they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks from him.
No appreciation for the guys from the back.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Montez Sweat bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert?
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. This is Love. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down now, it's Love. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From midfield now, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. On first down, Love. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Gaskin. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I'm going to hit you all day.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
57 to Mike. 57. I got you.
Fourth down, here's Haskins. And that is going to be incomplete. So they've converted their first 2 fourth-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expected?
Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Goff under a heavy rush, and down he goes. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Here we go on 4th down, Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So that'll move him up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take him.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Los Angeles, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And got a man. It's Woods. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. And he's going to go down again. Montez Sweat in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Robert Woods, 66 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Second and 10 now. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jake Ryan in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. They shakes him off. Fighting through pressure. And in the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's gone. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into...
And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Gone. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tough. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now Goff. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Goff now looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Here we go with Haskins. Oh, he stays up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So Jared Goff in the offense. Down by 12. 1:35 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. On 4th down, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. The defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
On 2nd and goal, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. To throw is gone. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
65.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4. Check 24. Check 24.
Haskins going to try to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Check.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And